And when we last left off, four strangers came to a house. Were given a scavenger hunt. Slowly, one of them was driven insane. One of them got himself badly hurt. Tried to reason with the crazy guy. Got himself supposedly killed. His body, or his unconscious self, highly unconscious and slowly dying self, is laying on the first floor at the moment. While the other guy now has his gun, is wandering around making vague threats, and these two other people, Brandon and Harvey, are in the middle. Were at least hiding in the second floor um, lounge until the little doll thing that was haunting the taxi driver happened to sneak back in and stab him with the supposedly dead doctor's needle from his bag. That is what I recall where we left off last time.
Well, as far
Yeah,
as I know, there is no doll. There's just
Yes,
very aggressive albino rats.
yes. Whereas Brandon has actually seen the doll and has gotten a little bit crazy because of it.
Also, I think Harvey does not think this museum is all that fantastic.
Well, it was abandoned 10 years ago, right after it opened, after people disappeared.
this is fine.
Hmm.
All right, you two. If I recall right, you either still have yourselves barricaded inside the lounge, or had just removed the barricade to try to get out the door after hearing Barnabas head upstairs. What would you guys like to do?
I think we ended with me getting out of the room, getting Brandon out, and then closing the door
Alright.
quickly.
Hold on,
Yeah.
hold on, guys, hold on. Stupid thing. Sorry, I didn't realize that thing was gonna start back up again. I was switching around my iPhone over to my stopwatch because I can record time, and I forgot that I had an audiobook that was ready to queue up again. All right, sorry for the distraction. So you guys are now on the second floor landing. Uh, you are still smarting from that stab. It's just a little stab, but still, cumulative injuries.
Yeah. So how does that work? Because
I think at this point you've
I've
lost 2 points of health.
yeah, because I've read that if you take like half of your max health in one hit, you'll take a major wound.
Yep,
But what
that
if I
happened to
lose?
that happened to the doctor. That's why he ended up with a concussion, and fractured wrist and broken ribs.
Yeah. So what happens if I just take one damage over time
Have
and
you ever
then go
heard of a
down?
death from 1,000 cuts?
Yes, I think I have heard of that.
There you go.
Did not think I would have to deal with it.
Well, in your case, it would be death by, what is it? What's your HP?
Well, it was 11.
So it'd be death of 11 cuts in your case.
Hmm.
But still, I believe the light. No, that's right. The light was never on in this area. It was all pretty dark, and you
Well,
guys were just looking around with your
some rooms had light.
yeah. But the second floor landing, which you're now standing in, I believe it's just lit with your flashlights.
Okay.
So you see your light kind of reflecting off the mirror by the lounge door. You see the plaques for the Primal Fear Hall, the Superstition Hall, and the Mask Hall, along with the stairs that are going up, where you believe where you believe Barnabas now is. There's also, of course, the stairs going down, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But you're the man with the gun.
Do we want to check some of these rooms here?
Uh, sure. I mean,
Um, if he's going off up there, hopefully he'll just fall down the stairs or something.
Wishful thinking, but I don't think that will happen. But yeah, I'm more happy to go into another room than stay out here or go upstairs.
And perhaps if we go to a room that he's already been in, he'll just walk past again.
Good point. Good point. Like it. Which one should we go into?
Guess he looks a little. Cause imagine the doors aren't shut, because he's been going through them.
Actually, they are.
Oh, they are?
The
He's courteous.
Yeah, at least the superstition door is. I think the primal fear door and the mask door might be slightly open. Like there might be a just a slight thing on them to indicate he was in there recently.
Oh, okay.
Correct. Did I hear that? Primal fear door?
Yep, a door, a plaque marked "Primal Fears."
Well, go ahead. Just pick one.
I'm gonna go to anyone but that one.
So that would be either masks or superstition, or the stairs, of course.
You know what? Yeah, we'll go with superstitions.
All right.
Brand's not superstitious, to be fair.
Harville will touch wood before he enters.
Okay.
Knock on woods, that is.
So, the first thing you see directly in front of you is the wax figure of a witch against a backdrop of what appears to be there's like a small black cat. There's basically a bit of a town, and there's a plaque talking about the history of Salem, along with roles of certain things in the witch trials. However, as your flashlights bounce around, one of the things that drags your eye is the bit of blood that's on the ground, and what appears to be a bronze dragon about human-sized that's laying on the floor awkwardly. It looks like it's partly damaged.
Well, that would be what the doctor was talking about.
Oh, sorry. The witch also has the witch wax figure actually has a face that's been caved in. It looks like somebody punched it.
And I feel like that was our friend that's currently laughing.
The crazy man with a gun, yeah. Looking at this, he probably was a little bit weird in the head before killing that man.
And we should also do our shut behind us in case he comes walking past.
Is it just shut, or did you lock it?
I mean, if he can lock it from the inside and not be...
Well, everybody has keys, but yeah.
Yeah, he'll lock it from the inside then, just to be... make it more awkward. He goes, perhaps, given the distance and if it's the first thing you see, perhaps it just startled him, and he punched it as a reaction.
Note to self, don't startle man with gun.
Well, that's usually a good idea. I'm keeping my gun drawn by this point. He's not, like, aiming at anybody at him, but he's just, like, got it ready just in case.
Got it.
A crazy man.
I imagine you walking around, like, stilted, like, in Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas, when they just walk with a gun straight forward at waist height.
Yeah.
So I guess he's going to kind of search around. He might search the dragon because they were looking at it, but he's just going to search to see if he can find any more of the things.
As you circle around to the side that has the dragon that's laying on the ground, you spot a well that's been oddly built into the floor. The top part of the well, with the the bucket and pulley, seems to have been broken off and is laying on the side. And there is a pole of some kind that's also laying off to the side. This pole has bits of coppery colored wax. It looks like it used to be attached to the dragon.
Yep, this is definitely what fell on the doctor.
Yeah, I suppose.
Why
I
don't you
looked
try to
down
move
into the
this?
well.
You shine your light down to the well, but you don't see anything of interest. This looks like it's about 10 feet down.
It's 10 feet down and we're on the second floor.
You're in the second floor. This well, basically, if you imagine that the well is 3 or 4 feet up, it's really only 7 feet down, and you have no idea what's directly underneath of this. It could easily, be built into some kind of elaborate display on the floor below you.
Oh, okay. Huh. Nothing down there that I can see when I flash my light.
Nothing at all. It looks like. Actually, real quick, roll a. Is it spot hidden or
Spot
investigation?
hidden.
Spot hidden.
Spot hidden. There's no investigation.
Yeah, which is weird because it's an investigation type game, but still. I guess it's because you're supposed to role play out the investigation a lot more than you are in D&D.
Yes. Like,
Is
I
there-
turn the key to the left instead of right.
Exactly.
So-
Sometimes it makes a difference.
Well,
Yeah, you don't see anything that catches your eye when you look down there.
what's up with the dragon? I ask Brand.
Well, it was up, but not as. He points to the pole. Why would he? Who would possess you to try to move this thing?
Aren't we talking about the same guy who punched the doctor to death?
No, the doctor is the one who said he moved it or attempted to.
Oh, I don't know.
Unless he saw something. It kind of looks like is the dragon. How's the dragon's mouth like open at all?
No, actually. The dragons, it's basically one of those, grinning, smirking type dragons.
Hmm.
Hmm. I cannot tell why you would even bother with this thing. It's clear it's too big.
Is there anything else in the room?
As you flash your lights around, you spot at least two other displays, going around from one direction to the other. You see what appears to be a genie holding a lamp, and what looks like it might be a werewolf. And now we're going to switch over to Barnabas.
Look.
Hello.
Howdy.
I think when we last left you had just gotten up to the 3rd floor. Is that correct?
I do believe that is correct.
This 3rd floor landing is very dark. Looking around, your flashlight just kind of going which way and that, you do see a mirror on the southern wall all by itself. And in that mirror, you see the woman again. But this time, her detail is... You can definitely make her out better now, with her long red hair.
It's you! And Barnabas, he's gonna take his flashlight and just walk up close to the mirror. Is it you? Answer me, or bad things will happen.
The figure doesn't so much as move as in, as you move, the figure is still in the same position. Her arms kind of, wrapped casually around you. It's as if, it's as if she was just painted onto you in the way that you move, that she doesn't move so much as go with you. But her long red hair, and you think you see a flash of a blue eye from between some of the slats of it.
Where is she? Where is she?
You don't get any answer.
And I take the butt of my flashlight and smash the mirror with it.
Alright, make an attack roll. This would be improvised, so let's do a strength check.
Okay. 34.
34. Yeah. You just yeah. We're just gonna roll with that and make your thing. So you basically smash the butt of your heavy duty flashlight into that, and the cracks appear across the mirror. You don't see any response from her.
And then, not caring how this is, like, knowing that this is probably gonna make me bleed. Like, I don't want to see her anymore. So like, I start taking my fingers and start scraping away at the mirror, trying to get all the glass shards off the wall.
All right. So roll a. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, dexterity. Roll dexterity.
Okay. 47.
Try as you might, you pretty much like you try to grip your fingers into there, but these pieces are just pretty much it's kind of like a safety glass, not safety glass, but it's cracked, but none of the pieces are actually out. But you try to dig your fingers in anyway, and you slip, and you take 1 point of damage as blood starts pouring down from those fingers.
No! No! Get out of my head! Get out of my head! I know what you're doing! And I'm going to look for the closest door to me and, like, go inside the door.
There are several passageways around here, but the two doors in the area there's one to the north and one to the west.
I'm just gonna go directly I'm gonna go to the one in the north.
Okay. You unlock that door. You walk in, and the first thing that your flashlight lands on is the group of pictures directly in front of you. Not diorama, but pictures of people. The first one that you see that's in the middle. Sorry, actually, it's off to one side. It is in the middle. Is that of your wife and daughter hanging from the ceiling?
Get out of my head! It's not. This isn't real. Is this real? And I like start like touching my face and my body, trying to make sure that like I'm real.
Make a sanity check for me. What's your current sanity?
My current sanity is in my notebook, which I have to get real quick. I know I took 11 insanity last time, and I started off with
65. So
yeah,
that would make
so
it down to 54. So make a sanity check.
All right. Ooh, 83.
Oh, you're gonna take some hits on that. All right. So no, it's like every time that you start to doubt things, you have to start touching pretty much all over the place on your body. Your chest.
I'm gonna turn into
face.
Bob and start. I'm gonna turn into Bob and start drawing everything I see.
Well, in this case, though, you're touching your. That's the mania that you've developed is the need to touch yourself to make sure you're real. But it's like touch, poke, 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 touch, poke, poke, poke. Every time you see something that makes you doubt it. You also take. Let's see. Roll. Let's see. What do I need to roll for that? 1 second. You also lose 2 more points of sanity.
I'm like frantically right now, like moving my flashlight across the room to see the rest of my surroundings, trying to.
First off, the other 2 pictures that are next to that of your wife and daughter, you see a dead woman. It looks like a hit and run. She's got black hair, dark gray eyes, and a blue dress. The third is strange. It looks like a well in a clearing with trees in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
And as go ahead.
Like I'm not right now. I'm like I don't know exactly what my level of competency is right now. but I would imagine like right now, like I'm trying to figure out like okay, like there's a there's a there's a picture of my wife and daughter right here. There's a hit and run right here, and a well right here, and then I begin thinking back to one of the people in the house with me is a taxi driver. So I'm
Sorry.
thinking that maybe the hit and run was like that was his biggest like darkest secret maybe. Maybe he hit that woman, and so I'm going to take the picture of the hit and run with. Actually, I'm going to take all 3 pictures with me. I'm going to
Ooh.
put them in my pocket.
Okay. You've now acquired the pictures of in the death hall.
And then what else surrounds this room as like I'm flashing around my
So
flashlight?
you see some of the following ritual centers. You see what looks like a large jackal with some sort of fancy headdress leaning over something in one corner. You see what looks like a long boat that's stylized to look like it's on fire in another. You see various coffins and various priestly types, kind of like doing rituals over them. You see another display with what looks like bundles with bones poking out up on a what is it? A raised elevation, like a small wooden platform. Another one is what looks like an urn of some kind, filled with dirt. That's what you can see from this distance.
Okay. Um, I am going. Like, I'm just gonna creak open the door that I came inside of,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say, "Hey guys, come up here with me. I know your deepest, darkest secrets." And then I'm gonna close the door behind me as I like go to investigate. You said that there was a coffin and an urn, right?
You see coffins often one side with what looks like the wax figure of a priest over top of it, doing rituals of some kind.
Sir, sir, what are you doing up here? It's awfully dark. And like I get close to his face and I shine my flashlight in his face, the priest face.
Okay.
Sir, hello, hello, and I just like start tapping his head, and I'm assuming I get no answer from that, correct?
Correct, because it's just an unmoving wax dummy, and it doesn't seem to be possessed by anything, and your madness hasn't quite manifested to the point where things are talking back to you, even from your head.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna leave you be, but I have a secret for you. I, I'm gonna I'm gonna desecrate the tombs, and
And that sounds like
upon
a
that,
good time to switch over to the other party.
yes, ma'am.
Hey, look, a refund.
Hello. Time
Hello.
for you guys to roll. What is it? Listen checks.
Oh boy.
If it's a trying to hear thing, yes, it is a listen check.
I was just
forget what
trying to remember what checks it had. Okay.
Oof.
Ooh. Harvey, at some point during your investigations of this room, you hear Barnabas yelling from the 3rd floor, saying, "I know your deepest, darkest secrets." Vernon, you don't hear it. You're too far
Nope.
into the superstition exhibit to hear that. Just Harvey heard it.
He's shouting something again.
No, what is this I am now?
Something about knowing secrets.
And likely the only secret he knows is the secret of how goddamn batshit insane he is.
Most likely, yes. I hope you're ready to shoot him if he comes.
if it's between me and him, I'm definitely not going to let him shoot me.
Good.
I imagine he would have enough for like, in case, because he's not necessarily the best aim. So I imagine he's got at least 2 clips of this revolver. So it's probably 12 shots total at most.
Yeah, that sounds about fair.
Because he's
kinda-
like, I'm not a good shot, so I'm gonna back up.
You're the kind of guy that would carry around that sort of firepower, considering what's happened. So yeah.
I mean, if he was more skilled, he'd probably be more confident in his aiming abilities, but he's not. He knows it. If there's nothing else in this room, we could go on across the hall.
Wait, hold on. I walk up to the genie.
Mhm.
I rub the lamp.
Roll, make an occult check.
Oh, woo! A occult check, you say I have a 5% chance. No.
Yeah, nothing happens.
I'm just, you can hear me mumbling, just go, give me $100, give me $100, give me $100, give me $100, give me $100.
I face palm a little bit. Honestly.
I guess there's nothing else in here.
I'm not aware of. And I don't really feel like that. There wasn't any mention of aware of how much I do know.
Was there a wolf?
A werewolf, yes.
Yeah, I mean, on the note.
There was the. Do you still have the note?
No, I don't.
Oh,
The madman has it,
you're
I
asking.
think.
Then it's like you're asking.
I'm asking Brandon.
Sorry, GM facepalm at the moment.
I, as a player, don't remember.
Well done, we're fucked.
Make an intelligence. Is there an intelligence roll in this game?
Yeah.
Make an intelligence roll then. You think there was a dog. You can't remember what color it was.
No, it's a dog, but usually, I think all the objects are going to be easy enough for us to move. It's a little pig, unless there's. Is this
Doesn't have
mouth?
like yeah, open mouth.
Yeah.
Yes, there is an open, snarling mouth on this thing. Let's see if I have it.
Alright, I'm just gonna go walk over there. I'm not scared of anything. I just stick my arm in it.
Your arm doesn't fit. Oh, unless you're doing it sideways, then your arm will fit. But if you're putting your hand, your arm in handwise, it only goes as far as your hand because there's no actual throat in this thing.
Well, it's not in here. Say hand down into a werewolf's mouth.
Good to know.
I'll check the other side and go for the anus.
I facepalm harder.
It looks like this thing was not created with one.
Typical werewolves. Do werewolves have anuses? They do, right?
I don't know how to answer this question. I didn't think this would be a question.
Is it anuses or is it ani?
I facepalm as I'm already facepalming really hard. I don't know how much harder I can facepalm.
I don't remember from school. Anyway, yeah, as you said, this room probably has nothing.
Onto the mask then.
To the mask room.
I'll unlock the door. And as I open, I'm gonna kind of like look
roll
down.
spot checks, guys.
Ooh, spot hidden.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes, the two blind people.
All right.
Everything is fine. And I will make sure the door shuts behind us, not locking it because it was locked, unlocked. And go on to the mass room. Repeat with the shut and locking.
Okay. So, you look around. It is very dark in here. You see what looks like a lot of tribal masks, some various Harlequin masks. Although, as you're looking around at the Harlequin masks and the what looks like it should be clown masks, you notice that there's a display empty over there, half hidden. There's also an octopus mask, and several masks in various colors.
I just, I'm always like focused like the moment he sees animal. Oh, is that it?
None of them were a mask, but there was an octopus, I believe, wasn't it? I think so.
Oh, but what? I'll lift up the octopus mask.
All right.
I'm gonna look at the one that's missing. Maybe there's a plaque on it or something.
Roll spot hidden.
Who?
Oh, no,
Nope.
Brandon. Yeah, it looks like if there was a plaque, it's missing, but it definitely does look like there was a space here for something else. It's hard to tell how long it's been gone. But Harvey, you now have in your possession an octopus mask.
Oh, I don't want it.
Oh, okay.
I just wanted I wanted to lift it up and see if an octopus thing was behind it.
Nope.
Darn.
Just a mask with tentacles.
I drop it on the ground.
Excuse me.
I think Harvey's going to go haphazardly and just go picking up every mask and just picking it up, looking under it, turning it around, seeing if something is like duct taped to behind or
Are
something.
you dropping them on the ground, or are you putting them back after you do this?
I'm putting them back, but I'm not being like, oh yeah, it has to be set perfectly. I'm like hanging it
All right.
roughly correctly.
While Harvey is doing this, what are you doing, Brandon?
Is there anything like? Are they like on like along the walls, or are they like on pedestals?
The ones described, most of them are on pedestals, but there are various displays along the walls, mostly of tribal masks. A lot of the plaques for them, other than saying like such and such place in Africa, such a place in South America, most of the other information seems to be missing.
He would just be looking around like on the ground for anything. Just kind of, he's checking the masks.
Make another spot
yeah.
hidden roll. That goes for you as well, Harvey.
Well, we're really good at rolling high.
Yeah. Can we change the rules, Chris?
No, this is not D&D. You neither of you have very good spot hidden.
You don't say. Well, there are only masks in this room.
Correct.
Would you say that Harvey has touched each and every one of them?
After a little bit of time, yes, Harvey has successfully touched every mask he can find in this room.
And he hasn't found anything.
He has not found anything pertaining to this case, no.
Well, this was a waste of time.
Well, we have two choices. Well, three. If you want to go back downstairs.
Roll a listen check.
Mm-mm.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
Harvey, you suddenly feel a piercing pain in your back. Brandon, roll spot hidden.
Oh, come on, please see it. Please, Brandon. You bastard.
Ah, fuck! I turn around and just swing my knife at it.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, so it's a brawl then.
Your brawl of a knife, it's fine.
Your knife manages to connect with the nearest mask and kind of destroy it, leaving pieces of it on the ground. Brandon, you get to roll another spot hidden check.
How much damage did I take? 1?
It, yes, you take another point of damage. Brandon, unfortunately, as Harvey's swinging, somehow he managed to blind you with his own flashlight, so you don't see anything
Oh, bloody hell!
at all. But you do feel a bit of wind as something passes by your ankle.
Ah, my back! Oh! Fuck. What's on my back?
I can't quite see at the moment. You've blinded me with your flashlight.
Ah, I saw it. Yeah, look at my back. Look at my back.
Oh, that's kind of blinking a bit. Look at his back.
There is what looks like a screwdriver sticking out of it between his shoulder blades.
Oh, still. He's gonna kind of gently remove it.
Gently remove a screwdriver. Ow!
Actually, this would be first aid. First aid check.
Wow, so I rolled a Y90.
You pull up the screwdriver, and you manage to cause another injury to poor Harvey.
Ah!
Blood just kind of darkens the back of his jacket as you pull the screwdriver out. It's completely covered in blood.
Fuck. What are you doing?
Remove this.
What do you mean you removed it? It's a screwdriver. How did it get there?
Probably the same way the needle did.
No, I must have sat down on the needle. How did a screwdriver end up in my back?
Your friend that keeps following you around.
The rat?
It's not right.
It's not a doll.
Then explain being stabbed in the back by a screwdriver.
Yeah, the first explanation is not a doll. Maybe it's the madman on the 3rd floor.
How is the madman on the 3rd floor going to stab you with a screwdriver in a
I
locked room?
don't know when I shine the light up onto the ceiling.
And with that, we're switching over to the madman on the 3rd floor. Or at least you think he's on the 3rd floor. Alright.
Hello.
Roll a listen check for me.
A listen check? Okay.
Yes, a listen check.
89.
I think that's more than a listen, so you did not hear anything. You're currently, again, currently desecrating the tomb, if I recall.
Yeah, I was going around to the coffins that I see and just like opening them up to see what's in them.
It looks like a bunch of fake skeletons.
Okay, I'm gonna take I'm gonna take one of the skulls. Are the skulls small enough to where I can fit them in like my jacket pocket?
Actually, probably not your pocket, but because they are about the same size as your head. So,
Okay.
but roll spot hidden check.
Spot hidden check. Okay. That is a whopping 13.
So after looking at these skulls and like, no, these are much too, big to fit in anything. You spot the urn, and it's actually a rather large urn. It's like not a tiny, ashes urn. It's more of a burial urn type thing. I believe South American burial practices involve this, or did 1,000 years ago, something like that. Possibly still today, because there are still native groups, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But you happen to notice that one of them is of a child. And there is a child-sized skull at the top of what was supposed to be a dirt mound inside one of the urns. That looks like you could remove it and tuck it into your jacket.
Okay, I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to open up any and all urns that I see.
Alright, so you spend some time doing that. And
Do I find anything of significant in any of them?
Nope. It
Okay.
looks like the skull, the child's skull was the only thing you could pocket.
Okay. Let's see here. So I've looked. Obviously, I took the pictures and put them in my pocket. I took a child's skull and put it in my
Well,
pocket.
it's a fake skull, so it's like but still, it's
Um,
creepy.
yeah. I looked at the priest man. What else have I like? What else have I not paid attention to in this room?
There is the longboat, and there's the hulking figure of what looks like a humanoid jackal in another corner.
I'm gonna go look in the boat.
All right. There's a bunch of fake flames all around. And there's a plaque talking about Viking death rituals that involve, packing a warrior's body onto a boat, setting it adrift along with possessions, possibly, slaves or comfort women, as well, depending on who they were, and setting fire to it.
Hmm.
But you don't see anything of interest in there. At least not in terms of what you've been searching for all along. Sort of interest.
Would my would Barnabas know about maybe Viking torture methods? Because I know me as a player, I know there is a Viking torture method called I can't remember the exact.
Roll education, because you haven't stated as a character how much you know about Vikings before. So.
All right. Okay, 16.
Oh. Okay, I'm definitely gonna allow you with that, considering that this would have been a hard roll, and you're 32. You had to beat a 32 on that, and you did. So yeah, you remember at one point you're even though you'd forgotten about it for a little bit. At one point, you were quite fascinated with Viking culture, and you did study about ways of they tortured people, some of their myths about death, about how some of them just greeted death gleefully, and made them very difficult to torture. Um, at least in this time period, of course, the people don't know some of the things that they know now about the Vikings, but some of the more recent discoveries. Like, that completely put things on their heads. Like, at this point, all warriors presumed to be male. Because, anybody
Mm-hmm.
they didn't bother checking to make sure. Now they've actually, checked it out and gone, there's more shield maidens than we thought.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
But that's more recent Viking knowledge. This is 1920s Viking knowledge.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I asked is because me as a player, I know there was a Viking torture method. I can't remember the exact name, but it was called like something eagle, and I'm remember like
the what was it? Iron eagle, or is it bone eagle? I think I know what you're talking about. It's when they it's kind of like spatchcocking.
Yes, exactly.
There
And
we
so,
go.
like,
Because that's the first thing I ever thought
I'm
about when I
pulling
heard about the cooking method of spatchcocking a bird. That's the first thing I thought about.
well, when I pull out my note that had like all the items that we're looking for, and I'm thinking eagle. Is an eagle one on the list?
You have the list, so yeah. Yes, white eagle would be on the list.
I'm gonna look around for a white eagle because it just makes sense. Iron Eagle Vikings. Maybe it's here.
So roll me a spot hidden check.
Okay. 46.
No, you do not spot an eagle, unfortunately.
Okay. Then I'll go look at the jackal and see if is it wearing anything? Is it naked? Just have fur? Or what?
The giant jackal man does definitely have a loincloth on, and seems to be presiding over what looks like a mummified body. Now that you're close, in one hand it is holding a set of scales, and in the other, it seems to be extracting a heart from the body.
Interesting. Is there any? Does it have any pockets or anything like that?
Roll spot hidden again.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see that. That's a 94.
Yeah, you don't see anything of interest around the Egyptian burial scene.
All right. I think I've looked at everything I can look at in this room. Uh, see, I've looked at the coffins, the urns, the priest, the boat, and the jackal. Yeah, I think I've looked at everything. I'm going to exit the room now. Like,
Question: are you locking or leaving these things open?
oh, I am leaving. Like, if when I leave a room,
You're
I
just
am
leaving it
leaving the
open.
door. Yep,
That's
leaving it
what
open.
that's what I thought. Because I told the other party that the doors were open on two of the rooms downstairs. Only the superstition one was the one that was still closed. Because you got
Yeah, so as I'm leaving the room, I'm going, oh, I couldn't find anything in there. All I found were these pictures and this child's skull. I have a baby skull. And you said there was another room on the west, right?
yes, there are a bunch of dark hallways and passages all around, but there is also an unmarked door to the west.
I like doors. I'm gonna go into the door.
All right, give me 1 second.
What do I see in the door?
All right. Sorry, I had to write a note about something else.
Okay.
This appears to be a rather small room, considering, but your flashlight immediately lights up on a big black board standing in the middle of the room. And there are pictures. Right in the center are two very familiar faces. The two mobsters you would never, ever forget. The brawler, Bobby Sunflower, and the finely suited Michael Tagaloni. In fact, all of the pictures, as your flashlight goes this way and that, appear to feature the two mobsters. One picture has them talking to you. You see yourself before a match. Another picture has them in the back of a cab. And the driver, you can tell it's that cab driver that's currently downstairs. You see another picture of a small man with dark hair and blue eyes sitting in a booth with the two men. You see the two men at a bar, and you see the doctor that you killed sitting next to them. You also see them entering a very richly appointed house, and standing there, having the door open for them, is the other guy that's downstairs. That guy in the suit.
At this point, Grizz, like I said, this is up to you, but I feel like I need to make a sanity check because
Yes,
right now in my mind,
I'm going to allow that. You can do a sanity check.
oh my fucking god, that's a 65.
That was your original sanity, which means you just failed. You are now convinced that the two people downstairs are in league with the people that you suspect are involved with the deaths of your family.
That's because like as soon as I walked in and you were describing the pictures, I'm like in my mind right now, all these people are out to get me.
Exactly, and that's exactly what your mania now is. Let's see. Because of this shock. Oh dear. Oh, sorry, I did the wrong roll. You only lose 8 more points of sanity.
Let's see, so I've lost 21 points of sanity now, so I'm at 44.
Yeah, you're slowly losing your mind.
So I'm sitting there like, oh, it all makes sense. They're out to get me. And upon seeing all these,
okay, go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Upon seeing all these pictures in there, I'm gonna take one of my matches that I would use to light my cigarette,
Oh no.
and I'm gonna light a cigarette, and I'm going to toss the match at like in the room and try to hopefully catch it on fire.
Okay, and with that, we're switching over to the other people.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
I'm
Alright.
concerned about those 2 rolls, but I'm not going to care.
The first roll was just an accident. I forgot that it was base 10, not base 20.
This is fine.
Anyway, both of you rolled me listen checks.
Shouldn't we? Okay. Yes.
Yep,
Yes.
that's about normal.
Listen. Where is listen? There is listen.
Hey, listen.
Yay!
Harvey, let's see. You guys are currently still in the mask room, or do you just leave the mask room?
We're still in there currently. We
Okay.
haven't quite left.
You're in the mask room, and Harvey, Brendan does not hear this because he is somewhere else, and Harvey, like maybe he's looking for the whatever stabbed you. Harvey, you hear Barnabas yelling from upstairs, saying, "It all makes sense! They're all out to get me!" Along with more explosive laughter.
He's going more crazy.
Good. Less remorse on my part.
He thinks we're after him.
Kind of a little bit. I'd prefer to avoid him, but I don't mind putting a sick dog out of his misery.
Yeah, I'd rather be in the other room when you do it, but you know. So, any luck finding what stabbed me? Because it wasn't him.
No, can't find it. I already left the room, more likely.
No, I'm starting to think that there's something odd with this place.
I turn slowly and look at him with the most dead-ass you think look British butler can manage.
Like, I am like blood on my back and my arse and my ankles. Yeah. I think there's something wrong here.
Right.
I think something might be out to kill me.
I facepalm again. That is exactly what I've been saying.
Well, next time it comes around, you shoot it.
I've been
You
trying
got
to
it.
find it, but the last time I got blinded by a flashlight.
Well, I'm sorry, I got a screwdriver in my back.
What is it that you always say you got screwed? Is that the term you people use?
I face Bob. Now's not the time for puns.
I honestly thought that's what you people say when you are in your current situation.
It's a serious situation.
Yes.
Come on, get a grip on yourself.
I think I'm the one who has the grip still. He's currently lost his. He points us up.
Hmm.
He's lost his grip on everything. So we have 2 more choices. Up where he is. Down where we were. Well, 3 technically, because we'll go back down. Or the last room in this floor.
What was that room?
Fears, basically.
Alright.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Unlock the door. Basically repeating the shutting and then opening and then he'll lock the door again.
Alright. This hall is very dark. Your flashlights spin around, and you see a tank nearby, filled with spider webs. But at the bottom of it just appear to be several dead, very long dead, dried up spiders. There is what looks like a larger than normal phone booth of the type that not phone booth, sorry, photo booth with the type that has the drawn curtain off to one side. It looks like a very thick curtain. There is what looks like a coffin, but it's currently standing open. And that's what you see from the door area.
I First off, the spiders, are they like as big as the one I saw down in the doll room?
No, they're like quarter-sized, dried-up bodies.
Okay. No, that's fine. I'm walking. Like, I'm not afraid of spiders, see?
Not very afraid of many things, to be fair.
I checked the photo booth.
Yeah, it looks like just a very enclosed, dark space. That if you were to sit in there with the curtain drawn over, it's likely it would block out all light from the outside, assuming that there were lights in the first place in there.
Try to simulate a fear.
What?
Fear of darkness, more than likely.
But it's a photo booth. Like, isn't there a camera?
Possibly. This whole place doesn't make any sense at all to me.
What about the coffin? Is that what? Being afraid of vampires?
Or death, or confined spaces.
Alright. Oh, yeah, like being buried alive.
Exactly.
I move further in to see if there's something else in this room.
What you see before you is one of those illusionist type tanks, or at least you think you might have, seen an illusion like this before, where somebody is suspended in a tank of water with, chains, and they have to get out of it.
Ah. Well, I'm not getting in there. Is there a lot of water there?
Yeah, you still see what appears to be water reflecting off of your light, although it's very murky and stagnant at this point.
Is there anything in the tank?
Roll a spot hidden check. Nah, you don't see anything. It's much too murky.
You think anything's in the tank?
We kind of walk up a little bit and kind of look. It looks like just water.
Brendan, make a listen check.
Yep, nope.
You feel something dripping on your head.
I'm gonna kind of step back and look and shine my flashlight up.
You see what appears to be a bit of condensation on the top of the tank.
Yeah, he'll back up away from that.
Seems to be sliding down the tank now.
Hey, if you shoot this glass tank, maybe we can find out if there's something in there.
I'd prefer not to.
Why? Well, I could always break it.
Let's not.
Harvey, roll spot hidden. Again,
No.
please.
Boy. Oh my god! No!
You turn away from the tank to talk to Brandon. Brandon, your feet start to feel wet.
He's just gonna move farther away from that water tank as far as he can.
Splash, splish, splash.
Do
Harvey?
I hear this splash?
Yes. Harvey, your feet are dry.
What is up with your clothes?
I have no idea what is going on, but it's not. It seems to be tied one of them near water. I've noticed that.
Listen checks, both of you.
Oh boy, I was just looking through my skills to see if there's something I could do, but no.
Harvey, you hear a skittering sound behind you.
Okay, so like I move forward, so away from the skittering sound, turn around and pull my knife.
Uh, roll spot hidden. I think you can do it. Can you do it with advantage at all?
No, I can roll it with the purple die, but I don't know what that means.
Let's see
What
what
does
that
the
means.
purple die do?
Yeah,
What does the
let's
purple
find out
die
what the
do?
purple die does.
Yeah, let's go purple. Well,
What the? F-
So,
I
displayed in your. I'm just gonna go with that, even though I don't think we're gonna need that again, because I have no idea what it actually did. You flash your flashlight around, and immediately you see a doll-sized human figure. Not human figure. Sorry, a humanoid figure standing upright. It is holding a butcher knife in one hand, in one of its tiny little hands, which looks like they used to be part of a mitten, but now are just little tiny claws. Its eyes are glowing where there used to be buttons out of there, slitted and yellow. Make a sanity check for me, please, Harvey.
Oh, here we go. My first sanity check. I told you there's something wrong with this place. Oh,
Ah, yeah! This is the first time you saw something that definitely cannot be explained.
barely. So how do I roll?
You
what I
lose
will
8 points of sanity,
I was still above Brandon here.
and you are now terrified of anything that quite that sized. Rats, dolls, little dolls, anything of that size now completely terrifies you.
Okay, so that means I can't stab it.
It is holding a butcher knife, and looks like it wants to stab you.
I like after seeing it, like looking at it, blinking, and I just fucking turn around and sprint out the room, like
Roll a,
pulling.
roll a dexterity check.
I'm just bolting. Oh my god!
You
Why
slide
is,
and
why
fall
is,
on
why
the,
is this?
you slide and fall on the stream of water that seems to be heading away from the tank and towards Brandon.
I scream, shoot it, shoot it!
Should I
Brandon,
see what he's talking
Uh,
about?
actually, roll dexterity for me, please, Brandon. Yeah, you turn around. You can't see anything. As whatever it is skitters away back into the darkness. Water seems to be up to your ankles somehow.
So there is water on the floor now.
Yes, there is water on the floor, but oddly enough, it's just a stream, and it's heading towards Brandon, and seems to be up to his ankles somehow.
I don't think I noticed that. I'm like on my all of my fours and just running out of the room.
Yeah, I'm leaving the room.
I'm closing the door, like behind me.
Brandon, roll
after
another
this.
dexterity check.
Question: does Harvey even have a key to the door?
I'm not locking you in.
No, I
No,
locked the
he
door.
locked
on the
the
way
door.
Oh,
I've been locking
could
the
I,
door.
could I strength check my way out?
First, Brandon needs to give me a second dexterity roll.
Ow! That's a cramp.
Nope. He turns to run, and he immediately slips and is pulled into the water. The water starts sloshing all around him and goes right for his mouth. As Harvey continues to abandon the door. Roll a strength check for me, Harvey. You slam yourself into the door. You manage to pop the lock open and run out of the room as Brandon feels water slip down his throat. Brandon, roll me a was it Constitution or what is it in this game? Yeah, Constitution. Roll me a Constitution check. All right, you succeed. You're not drowning, but there's water filling your mouth and trying to go into your lungs.
Okay, if I turn around and notice that he's not with me.
You're currently panicked, Harvey.
Yeah, I mean, I'm panicked, but I also want the man with the gun with me.
Okay, roll an intelligence check for me. Let's see if that comes to you in the right moment. Considering you're nope, you're panicked. You're running away. Roll. Are you running upstairs, downstairs, or to another room?
Well, sorry, Brandon. I guess I am running downstairs.
All right. And I will check on you in a bit. And unfortunately, this is where I'm leaving you to go see Caleb.
This is fine.
Sorry for the loneliness. All right. Listen check. This is soon after you attempt to start the fire. Roll an intelligence check.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, but that 16, like, you drop the match on the floor, and, it occurs to you, there's nothing really flammable much in this room. You probably need, some supplies, some oil, perhaps, to spread over things if you want to burn it.
Okay. Is there any oil in the room with me or like lamps or anything?
Roll a spot hidden check.
Okay. That's a 2.
Oh, no, you don't see anything like that in this room. However, you do pay attention to the fact that this board is in the middle of the room, and that you think there might be other pictures on the other side of it.
Okay, I am going to look on the other side of the board.
Alright. You see a cab with dents in it, some of which appear to have bits of blood adhered to it. And another picture of the same, of the small guy that you saw with that strange small man, with the dark hair, leaning on the well. In fact, it's the same picture of the well that you currently have in your possession from the other room.
Okay. Is there anything else of note or just some pictures in this room?
Just the pictures, that's all.
Alright. I am going to exit the room.
Okay.
And I'm going to go outside in like the hallway, and I'm gonna yell out, I'm like, "Hey, Mr. Cab Driver, Mr. Wellman,
Roll
I know."
roll a listen check as you're yelling.
Listen, all right. 43.
What's your listen score? So, yeah, as you're yelling this, you hear some sort of panicked, oh shit, a slamming door, the crashing of a door from the second floor, and feet seeming to run down towards the first floor. You hear somebody yelling, make an intelligence check.
Intelligence, got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 53.
So you think that the voice that you hear cursing and yelling in panic is probably the cab driver. He's currently running all the way down to the first floor.
Okay, I am going to do my best. I'm going to, because like I think that he has it for me. He's the one who helped kill my family and has trapped me here, and I'm yelling, I hear you, Mr. Cab Driver. I'm coming after you.
Are you coming down the steps?
I sprint down the steps.
Okay, I'm gonna touch in with him first, and then I'm gonna come back to you. We'll figure out what he's doing. Roll a listen check.
Whoa, okay.
As you get down to the first floor, you hear Barnabas laughing, saying, "Hey, Mr. Curb Driver, I'm coming to get you."
Is the body of the doctor there?
Yes, the body is still laying there on the floor.
Does he have any kind of, like, first aid equipment, drugs, anything?
His first aid bag is laying open. It looks like this is where the needle was taken from. You have one chance to quickly look or grab the bag, because you hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
I quickly grab the bag and I run. Where would I go? There's the taxidermy, there is the doll, and there's the pot room.
Good, you don't have a key.
I do have a key.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I do have a key.
Then why did you burst open the door?
Because I was scared.
Got it.
And I don't really have the time to get the key out.
Got
and,
it. I just wanted to double check, 'cause I thought maybe you didn't have a key for some reason.
I mean, he said a locked door. Like, if you run, you don't like, oh, wait, which key was it again? Let's see here. Yeah, and this one? No. This one? Yes. There we go. Ah! No. You just run through the door.
Okay.
Especially if you're a big, strong man. Alright, so I grab the bag and I run into the pottery room.
Got it. Make a listen check for me.
Okay. 58.
Alright, so you managed to get down to the first floor, but you don't know which direction he went. You see the doctor's body just laying there. His medical bag is gone, and you have his gun. There is the exit out of the building. There is the door to the dining room, door to the pottery hall, and the door to the doll hall, and door to, what was the other one? Taxidermy hall. There we go.
Are any of the doors open?
No. They're all closed.
Okay. I remember I was the last person out of the dining hall, and I did not close the door. So I'm thinking he probably ran.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Then the door to the dining hall is like slightly open. Then.
Okay.
My bad.
Then I am going to go over. You know what? I'm gonna go to the doll hall because wait, do I remember which one of them was seeing dolls?
Roll intelligence check.
76.
And what's your intelligence score again? Yeah, you do not remember.
I remember one of them saying they were seeing dolls, so I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna go to the doll.
Okay. All right. You're currently there's water that seems to be moving of its own will, attempting to drown you. You hear you really can't haven't heard. Yeah, you're so busy with your own stuff that you haven't heard everything else that's going on around you. Like you sort of hear faraway noises, but you can't make heads or tails out of them because you're in the middle of a life and death struggle of your own. So tell me what you're going to do.
Try to get away from the water. They can't fight water.
Okay, because you're currently flat on your back. The water is like going into your mouth. It's going up the sides of you and into your mouth. It appears to be, again, defying gravity to do this.
I mean,
so what are your actions?
First thing to do, he'd probably try to he'd probably move his hand to try to interrupt the stream, put it over his mouth and nose.
All right. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with dexterity for that one. Okay, you slap your hand over your nose. Your hand is getting very wet, but that's making it difficult for the water to get in. However, this does mean that you still can't breathe anything at the moment. You're still laying on your back. The water is creeping up over you. You're feeling very wet.
And at this point, he'd kind of use every hand, kind of push himself, and flip sides basically, and then try to get up and run basically.
Okay. This will be a strength check. You'll need a medium value to get. All right. Yeah, one-handed, you're failing miserably at this, especially with the water pushing around you. Roll Constitution saving throw. All right. You're still good enough at holding your breath that you're not suffering anything effects from that yet.
Well, he's just gonna basically crawl back on his back to the door then.
Okay. So you're crab marking. Okay, that'll. Okay, the time that'll take that, you will need another Constitution saving throw. Wow, you have a really good constitution. You can
That is just
good
barely.
at saving stuff. You feel the water start to slacken away from you as you make it to the door, which has been busted open. What do you do?
Do I feel like the water's not coming at me anymore?
Right, the water is still like at your feet and ankles, but it's slacking off. It doesn't seem to be hitting your head as much. But you are drenched from head to toe.
I guess he would, at this point, use both his hands to kind of stand up now to get away and kind of just shut the door as best as it'll shut now.
Alright. Yeah, you have no idea where anybody is. Harvey's not here. You don't know what's going on with Barnabas. You don't know which direction anyone's headed in. You're on your own. You're alone.
Holy hell. Hmm. You know, fuck it. At this point, he's now guaranteed, like, he's now sure this has something to do with that urn that he touched earlier, that vase.
Mm-hmm.
Because it all kind of started then, so he's gonna go. He's gonna head toward that basically to see if he can
You're
figure
heading
out a way
back.
to stop
You're
us.
heading back downstairs to the pottery hall.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He wants to see if he can figure out how to stop this, basically.
All right. Head in. Okay. Roll a listen check.
A wisdom. It's not on here.
Listen check.
Oh, sorry. You said. I keep thinking you say wisdom.
No, sorry, I'm not. I can't. Sorry, I'm not speaking clearly.
There you go.
Right. You hear as you're hiding in the pottery hall, someone come to the door, and lock it, and start to come in. What do you do?
All right. So I'm just in the room. I haven't gotten any further.
No, at this point, you've gotten into the room, and you're probably I'd imagine that you're hiding, or you're standing right by the door.
I'm probably hiding.
Okay, so you're hiding, and you're hearing the door being unlocked.
I take up the nearest pot and throw it. I'm ready to throw it the moment the door opens up. I don't care who is there. I'm throwing a pot at them.
Okay. Make a dex roll then for throw an object.
Could I make it strength?
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Because I just want to yeet this as hard as I can at them.
Okay. A pot comes flying at your head. What do you do?
I try to dodge that.
Dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna use dodge.
Oh, there's a dodge action. Oh, that's right. There is a dodge action. Sorry. Yes. Make a dodge roll. It smashes into the door, and you can see that Harvey threw it at you.
Bloody hell!
Yeet!
And as you guys are reconnecting, I need to move to Caleb. Make
Hello.
Make a listen check.
Okay. So, listen check. Oh, sorry. I just.
Yeah. So you just
Did
walked
not-
into.
alright.
You're in the doll hall. The
Uh,
lights are off here, and your flashlight's kind of looking around. You see various weird dolls. One empty display nearby that seems to have some kind of Asian writing on the case. You can see definitely a voodoo doll of some kind, a Russian nesting doll, a scarecrow, some porcelain dolls over in a corner, a Japanese kabuki doll. What did you get for your listen check?
28.
All right. So as you're looking around, staring at all of these things, You hear a pot smashing over at the pot thing, and somebody yell, "Bloody hell!"
I'm turning around, going to the pottery room then.
Okay. I'm going to describe you to them before I let you come in.
Okay.
Head to
So-
terrifying.
So, while you two are standing there reconnecting, Brandon, you're standing in the doorway, just having dodged the pot. You haven't closed it, you haven't locked it.
Nope.
And coming up behind you is a man in a strange, one of those smirky, evil clown masks, holding a gun.
I throw a pot at him.
You didn't have another pot prepared. Caleb, before you see, you're nearly at Brandon's back as he's turning and seeing you. And somewhere else, apparently, is Harvey, but you don't see him in this darkened room.
Which one was Brandon? Was he the cab driver?
No, Brandon's the butler, Harvey's the cab driver.
Okay. I'm gonna say, it's so nice to see you.
A pleasure to see you too.
Shoot him!
I shoot him.
Alright. Let's see
Can I
what
throw
your
a
attack
pot
is,
now?
Brandon. Yes, you can throw another pot at him.
Oh my!
Oh god!
Oh my! Can I throw a pot? I want to throw a pot.
You've
There's a
been
pot.
shot.
Oh, there's a pot.
You've been shot, Caleb. What do you do?
Don't I have an option to like jump out of the way with a dex roll?
You have the you can be allowed to dodge, yes, but
Yes.
then you forgo your next turn.
Hmm.
And you also have a pot being thrown at your head.
Which
Okay.
you can't dodge.
Well, I am going to. Once I hear that shot, I'm gonna try to shoot back. I guess shoot the
Alright.
man who shot me.
Got it.
So what do I have to roll?
Make a gun roll. Do you have a gun on your sheet? No, I do not see a gun on your sheet. Oh yeah. Brandon, give him a breakdown of the gun rolls on your on what your sheet says, because he picked up the gun from
There's
the
a
doctor.
firearms handgun, which at base is 20%.
Yeah, all the way down on the left-hand side, you can see fast talk, fighting, firearms, first aid history.
Yeah.
You could go with that, but that don't
Imagine-
roll damage.
Yeah, and the handgun.
And
is like a
Caleb, by the way,
D10.
you take 3 points of damage, by the way, from the gunshot.
Okay.
But if you go down to combat, you can take you can pick like a skill and you use it. You just add firearm.
Well, I
then
think
after
he's
that-
rolling manually, to be fair. So it'd be a D100 roll, you have to roll.
Oh,
Also, Harvey, roll me a 1d3. I mean, yeah.
1d3.
And firearms is a D10 unless you and plus 0 usually.
Ooh, you also
What's your
take
damage
additional
boost?
3 points of damage from the pot striking you in the head.
That's
Okay.
But let's see how much you managed to get Brandon for.
All right. I rolled a 26.
Oh,
which is above 20% unless he's got a firearm proficiency.
oh yeah, I forgot about the firearm proficiency thing. You don't have firearm proficiency, do you?
I have no idea.
I don't see it on your sheet, so no, you don't. Which means the
base is
shot
20.
goes wide. Oh wait, never mind. Hold on. Yes, you do. You have a 20 in that. That's
Yeah, everyone does.
Okay, then yeah. Unfortunately, the shot goes wide. Then, damn it.
All right. Then I'm just gonna go and punch the guy with the gun. Then I'm gonna just start hacking on him.
I do have one quick question, and I need to check something on this
Okay.
external link here, because I don't remember all the rules for this stuff, but I think... How close is he?
He is right in front of you. Actually, that would have been a point blank range. That should have that should have hit you anyway.
I think there's... What does point blank do in firearm? It does something...
I'm looking at
When you're in
firearms right
1/5
now.
of my dex, you get a bonus die on
Oh!
the skill roll.
Oh, that means you get to a second. Let's see.
Damage, or is that just skill, like
Skill.
advantage?
Skill. That's the equivalent of advantage. Yeah, which means you get to
Okay.
you get to roll again, Caleb.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Target of a shot cannot fight back. You cannot dodge a bullet, but may dive for cover by rolling against their dodge skill. Oh, you did get to dodge the pot. So make me a dodge roll against that pot.
Okay.
What did you get for the
For
firearm?
that?
For the firearms, I got 22. Still not good enough.
Yeah, even point blank, you still managed to somehow miss him. But that's probably because you're trying to dodge the pot at the same time, which means so far you've only taken 3 points of damage. That'd be from the gunshot. But
And I rolled a 37 on the dodge roll.
which is more than good enough. You managed to snap your head around, which is what threw off your aim from shooting Brandon in the first place, to dodge that pot. So you only lost 3 hit points this entire round.
Okay. And then...
I think there's an initiative order, actually. for these
Yes,
games.
and I think
You go by whoever has the best...
Dex, basically, yeah.
yes, but it's also plus 50 if you have a gun ready.
Yeah, which means that both Brandon and Evil Fluffy. What are your dexes?
My dex is 50.
Yeah, which means Barnabas goes first. Because he has a
Yeah.
gun ready and he has a 90 to his dex.
I have 90. What the fuck?
He's a boxer!
Okay, I have 60 to dex, so I guess I'm last.
Oh, wait,
Okay.
that's right, you dropped the gun for that, so, Brandon, actually. Brandon, what was your dex again?
50.
Actually, Brandon does go first because he's got the gun. And Barnabas, you dropped it so you could use your punches for the next turn. Harvey gets to go last.
It's fine, Harvey. Yeah, I'm just gonna shoot him again. Point blank, so I can roll twice. Yeah, no.
And both times the gunshots go wide. The gunshot goes wide. Barnabas.
I'm going to punch the guy who just tried to shoot me. He did shoot me once, and then he tried to shoot me twice more time. Or
no,
one more.
one more time. At point blank range. So,
I'm going to punch him right in the mouth.
alright. Headshot.
That's going to be a solid 34.
Nice. It's 1d3 plus your damage thing for damage. How much damage did you take?
It's a 1d3 plus 1d4.
Oh, this could go bad.
Alright. So let's roll this baby. That's going to be 5 points of damage.
That is half my
So-
health.
Yeah, so basically he tries to shoot you, you come in, still bleeding from his last shot, and just smack him right in the face. Brandon, you see stars as you get really dizzy. You start to fall back against the display, and pot goes crashing to the floor. Harvey, from your hiding position, what do you do?
I rush forward with my knife, and I'm going to stab him.
All right, you have a kitchen knife, correct? You picked up a
Yes.
butcher's. Okay, good.
So I'm rushing forward, kitchen knife, going to stab.
That would be
yes.
1d4 plus damage bonus if you make it.
So it's a
So-
1d4 plus a 1d4.
But make your attack roll first.
Yes. It failed.
Oh, that's right. It automatically gives you damage things on the
Yes.
attack. I forgot. So yeah, Harvey comes up and attempts that, but Barnabas is just too slippery. Brandon,
And
go ahead.
yeah.
This is the cab driver that has attempted to stab you.
Okay.
What do you do?
Oh, it's my turn?
Oh no, sorry. It's Brandon's turn first. Brandon, you're seeing stars. Oh, actually, yeah, I think it is his turn because I think seeing the stars from that, losing half your hit points in one hit in this sort of game. I think you're equivalent of stunned for one round.
I think if you lose half your hit points in one attack, you roll Constitution.
There we
to
go, Constitution.
to stay conscious.
Yeah, he succeeded.
And he receives a major wound.
Yeah. Your nose is currently punched in. You managed to not be killed by that. It didn't go into your brain, which is something that I always worried about. But you got blood pushing down your eyes, or feel like they're gonna swell.
I would like to move away from the man of the fists if I can.
Would I get an attack of opportunity, or is that not a thing here?
I don't think that's a thing here. Let me check.
Oh god, I saw something about that.
Okay, the character's turn, dexterity, I think you have to use a dodge action or something like that. Or dive for cover.
I'm more just putting, not really trying to like get away from him. I'm just trying to have a meat shield in front of me,
You tried to maneuver around Harvey.
basically, and shoot over Harvey's shoulder. Or no, I'm gonna shoot under, like, because he's got his arms raised. I'm gonna shoot underneath his arm, using him as a brace, and hopefully his nice supple fleshy body will absorb more punches for me.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any comments on moving away.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll do a quick just fucking Google search on it. Oh,
Yeah.
level 7th edition. Yes, this opportunity. No.
Yeah, we're such D&D players. We're all think attack of
Moving.
opportunity here.
Away from enemy.
Call of Cthulhu.
Firearm rules clarification. No.
Melee battle.
Combat
Close
rules.
combat.
Melee. No. 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 There's nothing on it. I
Okay.
can't find it.
So there is no attack of opportunity in Call of Cthulhu. Got it.
Okay.
So Fluffy is just moving around behind Brandon.
Harvey.
Brandon is just moving around behind Harvey. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm behind myself.
Yes.
You do that a lot,
I have
don't you?
Brandon has a stand. It's fine.
I mean, do I have to roll a sanity check to see that?
To see what?
Him standing behind himself.
Can I still like shoot him from behind Harvey, basically? Like,
You
Put
can try,
my
but
arm on his side.
this is going to be a bit harder because of Harvey's moving.
Yeah.
He's not a solid brace or anything like that, so it's going to be
No.
a harder roll.
he's still within point blank range, I imagine, right?
I wouldn't consider it though because you moved backwards away from him.
You're point blank with me.
Unless you want to shoot Harvey in the back, you're not at point blank range anymore.
Oh, it's because it's 1/5 my dex. I don't know what that feet is. Oh, that'd be 5 feet. Good enough. I've mathed.
Oh, you did manage the hard. Okay. So
Bang again.
unless you wish to just forgo your turn and dodge out of the way, Caleb, you're going to take 3 points of damage.
That's fine.
All right. So you're bleeding.
I'm not.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm not really in the best state of mind right now.
Thought so.
That's fair.
So
That's
you saw
fair.
the butler duck behind the cab driver, and right in front of you is the cab driver with a knife.
Okay. Grizz, you tell me how this goes. How would it work for me if I wanted to try to disarm the cab driver? What would I have to do?
That you can do.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that rule. I've seen that rule.
Fighting maneuvers. If a player describes a goal in combat that is something other than simply inflicting physical harm, then it can be resolved with a fighting maneuver. A successful maneuver allows the character to achieve one thing, such as disarm an opponent, knock an opponent to the floor, seize and hold an opponent, whereupon the opponent must apply one penalty die to their action until they can break free. The maneuver is treated the same way as a regular fighting attack. Using the fighting, brawl skill, the opponent may dodge or fight back as usual. Compare the build of two combatants. If the character performing the maneuver has a smaller build than their opponent, then they take a penalty die for each point of difference, to a maximum of 2 penalty die. If an opponent exceeds the attacker's build by 3 or more points, any fighting maneuvers are ineffective. The attacker may be able to lay hands on their opponent, but lacks the strength and size required to take advantage of their grip. I don't think you have a problem with that, given your size.
I totally
Okay.
forgot about the fact that you can fight back when you're attacked.
I'm going to attempt, because right now
When I get a
The
full keeper
butler-
book, will be better.
Yeah.
the butler has his gun point out past Harvey, right?
Right on Harvey's shoulder, yeah, or under his shoulder, something
I'm-
like that. I forget which.
I'm going to attempt to take the gun away.
Oh, got it.
So what do I roll?
The same thing we do as an attack roll. An unarmed attack.
Okay. 21.
Oh yeah.
Is there a chance to resist this, or no? I don't know how this works.
Maneuver is treated the same way. You may attempt to dodge. Yes.
I don't want my gun taken away. I like my gun. I named it. So I will attempt to dodge this.
Yes.
It's Gunvald Gunnarsson.
Exactly. I have failed this.
So Barnabas just reaches around around Harvey and snags Brandon's gun, just dragging it out of his hand,
Oh.
and now has it for his own.
So now it's my turn.
Well, do I get to do anything else with my turn? Or is that my turn?
I think that's your turn. Harvey gets a chance to do something.
Okay.
Sad Brandon, no.
I'm going to stab you.
Okay.
I'm gonna stab you. I like that. I'm
And I
going to
just-
stab you.
I just want to point out, if I fail this, I will use up most of my luck points.
Go for it. He might
So
have
here we
lost
go.
he might have lost 6 hit points, but he, I think, has the most hit points of the entire party.
Probably.
All right. So he manages to stab down right into your chest, Barnabas, for 4 hit points.
Okay. Ouch.
Ouch! That hurt.
But it's not enough for a major wound yet.
How much hit points do you have?
He has a lot. He's a boxer.
I mean, I started with decent constitution. I mean,
He has really good constitution. Anyway.
is it also at 90?
I feel like something's changed with this man.
Anyway.
Something.
Now that Caleb has
After all sanity.
now that Caleb has the gun, he gets to go first.
So, Grizz, I don't know if this is in the rule book, but is there any way I can take both of my guns and put them on Harvey's chest so there's no chance of missing and shoot?
He still gets a dodge action, but I think that you can. Yes.
But yes,
Okay.
I will take my dodge action and you will miss.
Now, if he takes his dodge action, that means he can't do his next turn, correct?
Correct. And there's a chance that Brandon will be hit.
Okay. I'm going to do that then.
I'm not okay.
Can I
with
shoot
this.
both guns at once?
I'm gonna laugh because it's dramatic and I like it.
All right. So I'm putting both-
I'll
both
use
my
my
guns-
dodge action. Do I have to roll for dodge? Or is
Yes, you have to roll for dodge.
That... Okay.
Dodge is a roll in
and I'll
this
say
game,
if I fail, I will use up all of my luck to get away.
At which point Brandon will probably get hit.
Sorry, Brandon. I will use up 18 of my luck points to bring that down to 50. So that I succeed.
That would only dodge you from one of the 2 guns.
Do I have to
Caleb?
dodge twice? Does he
He-
attack twice?
Actually, I guess I'll allow it, but still, he's firing 2 guns at once.
Yeah, it's the same attack.
Good point. Caleb, what did you roll?
What did you want me to roll damage, or did you want me to roll like to actually hit?
You're gonna have to roll the hit because Harvey's dodging out of the way, so your attack is actually going to be against Brandon at this point. Because
Okay,
Brandon is
so roll
directly behind him.
2d1.
Yes, roll 2d100. Let's see what you get.
Okay, one of them I got a 13,
That's a
and
success.
the other I got a 42.
That one shot just goes wide. So roll a let's see what's the damage on a gun again. Oops. No, I was looking right at the
D10
page.
plus damage
Yeah.
boost.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a damage boost for guns though. I don't know if your physical prowess can affect gun.
Yeah. So
Hey, Grizz.
it's 1d10. Go ahead.
Can I use my luck points to make the second gun hit?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to use 22 of my luck points, so both guns are going to hit.
Roll a
Hit
2d10.
Can I dodge
All
this?
It's going to be a hard dodge because Harvey dodged out of the way first.
I dodge.
That's what.
No. I need to know the difference. I do have luck points I haven't spent.
How many luck points do you have? You're going to need about 60 or 61
I have-
actually.
I will use 61 out of my 65.
Oh!
Nope!
Well, these people are probably using luck points for something.
Barrel.
I'm just curious, Caleb. How much damage would that have caused if he had not dodged with the use of luck points?
16.
Yeah,
Yep,
he
that
would have
would
been
kill
more
me.
than dead.
So now since they both dodged, don't I get another turn?
Yes.
Okay.
They're no longer point blank to you because they've dodged out of the way and they're trying to scramble to get away from you.
I'm going to go to the guy with the gun. Or the guy with the knife. I'm going to go to the guy with the knife,
The taxi driver.
the taxi driver, and once again, I am going to shoot. I'm going to put my fucking barrels to his chest and shoot.
Alright, well, I'm going to dodge. Eventually, you will run out of bullets.
Yeah, the one, by the way, I'll keep marking those ones off because you did fire the one. There's only 2 more shots in that one gun.
And I think at this point, the other gun probably only has 2 more shots too, because Barnabas kept using them randomly.
Alright, so...
I only shot one.
Oh,
Did
you're
I
right.
roll-
You only did that one, so it's probably got at least 3 or 4 then. Yes, roll dodge. You roll attack.
Okay.
Ooh, I will use my last 17 luck points to dodge.
So Grizz, you're gonna laugh. I rolled a natural 2 and
Woo!
a 69.
That is funny. So yeah, Harvey, you would have been dead right then if he hadn't
Yeah.
dodged out of the way.
Oh, there's a lot of gunshots there.
Brandon,
Don't
what do
worry,
you
the one
do?
only has 1 bullet left. Is there like something over his head? Like a shelf of pots, maybe?
Roll spot hidden check.
I'm good at those.
You look around in the darkness and you do not see anything of the sort nearby.
You know, I gotta check something because I forgot. It's been a while since we've used this. Yeah, this looks beefy. I'm gonna try to hit him upside the head with the flashlight. Bap!
Okay, so that's almost the equivalent of an unarmed attack. Make
Don't worry, I'm good at
a
those.
make a melee weapon attack. No. Luck?
I will use 3 points to make that hit. 2 points to make that hit,
So,
rather.
so Barnabas, from your point of view, you saw the 2 of them dodge out of your way. You walked over towards the cab driver, attempted to shoot him again. He managed to roll out of the way, and as he's rolling, you feel a smack to the back of your head for 1 hit point. There's a flashlight connected
Okay.
back there.
Then immediately, I'm going to turn around and just like I'm going to like Grizz. This will be your determination, but like if I hit him with like if I like pistol whip him, will that be an unarmed attack?
I'll allow that. You're a trained fighter. You're used to doing stuff like that.
Okay. Him then.
Please don't.
So do you want me to roll for that?
Yes.
All right. That's a 42.
And that's a out of your 75, isn't it? So that means that would hit.
I always get this confused because I think like, oh, you have to roll higher to hit.
Nope. Lower. You have to make it lower than your skills in Call of Cthulhu.
So do you want me to roll damage now?
Yes, unless Brendan's trying to. Can he dodge again? I forget.
Well, yes.
All right.
No. Wait. You had a turn yet?
It's a new
Yeah, he did.
turn. It's a new
Yeah,
turn.
yeah, yeah. So you can
round.
dodge.
I would like to not
But-
be punched in the face by a gun or a boxer.
But wait, can you dodge melee?
I mean,
Yeah, you
Can
can
you
dodge.
dodge
That's
somebody
what, that's,
punching
what,
you?
that's what close combat is. If you dodge,
yeah,
if you
okay.
dodge skill, your
Yeah,
attacker needs to achieve higher level of success
Alright.
than you.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
nope, I don't dodge anything.
Hey, use
stand
up your
there
luck
and take it.
point.
I have 2 luck points.
I have 0.
Caleb.
All right. Here's the damage for that. That is going to be 5 points of damage.
Good luck.
Brandon crumples to the ground, blood pouring from his face from the new gash opened up in his skull, and he thought you heard a bit of a crunch. It's possible you might have fractured his skull with that hit.
Then I'm gonna look at that was the cab driver, right? Or that was the
No,
No,
other?
that was the butler.
I'm gonna look at the cab driver. Then I'm gonna go. You're next. You're gonna pay. Oh.
It keeps
I
cutting
grip
in
my
and out.
knife
What'd you
and
say?
slice him.
I'm gonna look to the cab driver and I'm gonna say, "You're next. You're gonna pay for what you did to that poor little girl."
And I'm gonna grip my knife and come after slashing at him.
All right.
Yeah, it would be Harvey's turn.
Yes, exactly.
I've been rolling
Avenge me.
way too high for way too long. Come on.
Whoa!
Extreme. I don't know what that means in a battle sense.
So,
It still says you're 7 damage.
are
Yes.
you gonna attempt to dodge out of the way, Caleb?
Most certainly.
All right. Let's tell me what your result is.
My result is going to be a
What? I'm sorry. We keep getting cut off for some reason.
He said
You got
63.
63. But
Yeah, there's no way you're dodging that. He rolled a
Yeah.
2.
oh
And-
okay.
and-
My dodge is 75. So like, what does that mean?
You have to. Basically, it's a contested roll when it comes to this sort of thing. Looking at the close quarters rolls, close in fighting, and when it comes to that, it's whoever rolled the lowest wins.
Okay.
So
Yep.
Oh, really?
he rolled a 2, which means he rolled
Wait.
on an
So I have a question.
an extreme,
So
and you only passed on a normal. So
I have a question though,
go ahead.
because earlier I had a natural 2 on the gunshot, but he was still able to jump out of the way.
Oh, good point.
But that was a ranged attack.
Yeah, that still technically counts as a ranged, even if it was, at point blank range.
Hmm.
Uh,
There's different fighting rules for melee and
yeah, that's what gets kind of
firearms.
confusing compared to D&D, which I that's why I like D&D rules better when it comes to that sort of thing.
It's like he and I were both up close with you, and technically when I went for melee, I could have said I have advantage, let's say, on it, but technically not, because Brandon was wielding a firearm and therefore he was not in a melee with you.
Mm.
If two
yeah,
people
yeah.
got a bunch up on one person, they both get advantages on their attacks. But he wasn't in melee.
Yeah, the outnumbered thing. I didn't have a melee.
So what was this then? His dodge was only a success, and my
You got
attack was
you got an extreme. You got the equivalent of a nat 20, basically.
Isn't that basically here?
Almost a 1.
Yeah, a 1 is basically a nat 20. I roll. I'm I was as close as I could get to a 20.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hate it when there's like multiple rules for that sort of thing because what. But yeah, I
There's
think
a lot of rules we skipped over because in this fight, I right in the middle of it, I realized like, oh right, every time you get attacked in melee, you have the availability to fight back.
Or you can dodge. Yeah, that's basically the way it works.
Yeah.
I said
So there was a lot of.
I said once I get an actual keeper book, I'll have a better understanding of these things. Right now, all I have is what I'm looking at right in front of me from this starter set.
Yeah, it is a lot of rules, and
So what's the damage?
7.
So basically, a knife comes down and stabs right in the center of your chest.
Oof. Yeah.
Or he rushes towards you and stabs into you.
I had 8 hit points left, so.
But that's still
How many hit points do you have?
But you still, because that's an extreme wound at this point, you still have to roll a Constitution saving throw to see if you're still conscious.
Okay. God, I hope these rules work the same way that they do for all other Call of Cthulhu rules, because it was stupid low. 17.
Yes, you are conscious, Carvey. All you see in front of you is the knife sticking out of this guy with the mask. And he's still on his feet in front of you.
He has a serious wound, right?
Yes, he has a serious wound. But he's still alive and functioning. And he has 2 guns in his hands. And your hand is still on the knife that's in his chest.
Cunt.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is, Caleb. It is your turn.
I'm going to come down with my elbow on his arm. That's I'm gonna just come down on his arm that's holding the knife.
So you're gonna use your brawl maneuver to disarm him.
No, I'm trying to cause damage.
Okay, so basically this is just a flourish so that you're trying to break his wrist. Got it.
Yes.
So use your brawl skill then.
All right. Oh my god! It wasn't as good as yours, but it was a natural 3.
Oof.
Harvey, you can attempt to dodge on this. As you see
It's a melee.
Yep, it's melee.
I can't dodge.
No, melee is close combat. You can use your
Wait,
dodge.
I only have to roll an extreme then. Okay.
Yes. You have to roll another extreme to get out of this. As you see the elbow coming down towards your towards the arm. That's no. You failed.
It's not even a 69.
How much
68.
damage? How much damage does he take?
He is going to take. Let's see if you divide that. That's going to be 6 points of damage.
Yeah. All right. So I take 6 points of damage.
Are you still alive, Harvey?
I'm still alive, but my max is 11.
Roll a Constitution saving throw. That was an extreme wound. As he basically comes down and horribly fractures your arm and wrist. The bones, you can feel the tendons snapping. The bones all the way down to your elbow. And the pain is so extreme that you just fall flat on the ground. Your body just thumping. Caleb, you look down and you see both of them. Apparently you're dead, or at least you're pretty sure that Brandon's dead. Harvey, you fractured his wrist and arm horribly. Maybe he died flat out. Maybe he's just unconscious. They're both laying there in front of you.
I'm going to I'm going to take the gun in my right hand and shoot the remaining bullets into the guy who I just broke his arm into his head.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, you trapped me. You did this to my family. I got to do this. And
Dodge.
And with that, the bullets, the sound of the gun emptying, this echoes throughout the hall, and there is a silence for a time. Two dead.
I did it! Where's the people who killed my family?
Silence is echoing. Do you stay in the pottery room while you're saying this, or do you go back out into the hall?
I'm gonna sit in the pottery room, and I'm gonna kind of like sit up their bodies like against the wall, and I'm just gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna have like a conversation with them, but like I'm like in my mind I'm coming up with responses that they would say.
All right.
So why'd you guys do it? Huh? You guys, because I saw the pictures upstairs. It looks like you hit up, and you were talking to the people who killed my family. Why'd you do it? Why? Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened. You got what you deserve. And I take the remaining bullets and shoot them into the person that I punched earlier in the fight.
That would be Brandon.
Yeah, I take the remaining bullets and I shoot Brandon. And then I'm gonna get up and go out into like the front room.
As you do into the nicely lit front room, your eye catches on the mirror that's in there, the one that's between the two doors. That's right next to the pottery room, and right next to the doll room. It's between the two of them, and you see her, but you're pretty sure is your wife, staring back at you instead of your own reflection. She's holding a hand out towards you.
No, this can't be true. Is it actually you?
She does not move. She does not say anything. She just has a hand lifted as if towards you, waiting for you to touch it in the mirror.
Hey! I'm gonna go upstairs. Follow me if you really want to see me. Follow me upstairs. And I began running all the way up the stairs to the third level.
With the cracked mirror?
Yep.
Alright. And she's there in the cracked mirror as well. You can still see bits and pieces of her hand pressed up against the mirror from the other side. Reflected a lot from the cracks. Even with the blood that's still on it.
I touched the mirror.
And everything goes black.
Hello?
You are no longer there. You cannot say anything anymore.
Oh, okay.
You got sucked into the mirror.
Oh.
And that concludes the Museum of the Fantastic.
Game over.
Three people dead,
I
and one person pulled into the mirror.
continue.
So what did you guys
Great.
think of my first attempt at doing a Call of Cthulhu type storyline?
It was fun.
I
It
really
was a
enjoyed it.
Fun idea for an adventure. Like, but as you said, like we didn't turn out to be as many people. 8 items was
Far more than we needed.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, I could have easily done this in one session, but I thought we were going to have as many as 6 people, so I kind of worked it towards, 3 groups of 3 would have been wandering around.
Hmm.
But,
So, Grizz, would you like to describe to the party where Barnabas is now?
well, Evil Fluffy already knows.
No, he doesn't. Oh, wait, yes, he does.
Yes, he does. He was there.
I said his name.